You probably haven't noticed your posture until somebody has taken a photo or a video of you, and then boom, you realize that your rib cage is caved into your core, your shoulders internally rotated, your head and your neck protrude forward, you have a big curvature in your spine, your pelvis is out of alignment, your knees are hyperextended, and your feet are outwards like a duck. And then you've realized, how did I even get here? And that's primarily because of technology. When we are at a desk for many hours at a day and we are not conscious of how we should be positioning ourselves, we are collapsed and rounded forwards and we're caved in. And then you might be standing up, you're not conscious of your positioning with your lower body, you hyperextend the knees, that causes issues up and down the chain, and you're looking down at your phone, texting, or on some sort of social media platform, hopefully something like YouTube. In this video, we're gonna focus specifically on the core of the body, the core, the rib cage, and the spine, because if we were to address the entire body all at once, that's gonna obviously take a lot of time because we're riddled with adhesions and with how our connective tissue has yanked us out of alignment. There's many posture routines out there that say, hey, in 5 minutes, I can fix your posture. Just do this daily. Well, the thing is, they haven't addressed the cause and they're really focusing on stretching and strengthening. And again, that's not terrible. It's better than doing nothing for sure, but you still haven't addressed the connective tissue that's actually pulling you down. And stretching just won't really get you there. You need a fascia decompression technique. So rather than doing 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes a day for months and months and months before you actually notice a long lasting change, with this routine, it's going to be a little bit longer per day. It can be around 20 minutes, maybe even up to 30 minutes, really dependent on how long you hold these positions for, but you're going to start noticing results fast, within days. You might even notice a change literally within the first time you perform this routine. Now, of course, everybody's different and we're all unique on how our tissue grips and hold and how dense we are, but if you follow this daily, you'll notice very fast changes. So we're going to decompress our connective tissue. We're going to strengthen the body into its new alignment to help create that memory. And then we're going to actually understand how our core should be positioned throughout the day. And trust me, you'll probably notice that you're going to start feeling changes in your lower and your upper body just by focusing in the core. Posture isn't just an aesthetic issue, it's also a major health concern. And the reason why is because we can be trapping our diaphragm. We could be slowing down how our abdominal organs function. We could be blocking off major roadways such as arteries and veins throughout the entire body, and that's blocking blood and oxygen flow to the cell and helping us to effectively rid the waste from the cell. So this is so important to do, and we're gonna jump right into this routine. So grab your rolled up towel and let's start with the first fascia decompression position. Starting with the first position, of course, we're doing that belly position. And this is so important because this is where an initial collapse is located, within the belly. So we're gonna be addressing the fascia that's bunched in this area. We're gonna help release the diaphragm, release the psoas, and you'll feel amazing and calm after this position, and you'll already feel a release. So position the towel flat on the floor, nice and slow. Bring your belly button directly over top of the towel. Stay up on your forearms like this. And nice and slow, let's start connecting to that breath. As you inhale, expand your belly in towards the towel. And then as you exhale, feel the towel start to sink deeper within your core. And as you start taking a few breaths here, you'll start noticing that pain will start to surface. And that's okay, that's normal. We wanna search for pain so that we can release it. That pain is the adhesions. That pain is the block to blood and oxygen flow. We need to befriend the pain and just understand what it is. Just like going for a massage, a deep tissue massage, it's quite painful, but you have to breathe through this process. So once you settled in, you can lay flat on the floor, get a little bit deeper here, but remember your breath is your guide. So if it's ever too painful, ease off slightly, reconnect at a less intensity. And if this is just a bit of a walk in a park, then of course you can get a little bit deeper here. So make sure you're breathing in and out through your nose and spend a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes here. Once you're ready, position your hands under your shoulders and exhale up and off. Now that we've released the belly and the front of the body, let's start strengthening the back part. So actually being able to bring ourselves now into that correct alignment because these muscles have become extremely weak. So we're gonna do a back extension and we're also gonna integrate this with a dynamic W. Of course, you can take this to the extent that you would like. So lay flat on your front, bring your arms to your side just like this, palms facing down towards the floor. And the whole purpose of this is to use your back muscles. We're not pushing with the arms or using any compensation. So engage your glutes. You'll feel your pelvis rotate posteriorly, and let's lock that into position. And nice and slow, by using your back muscles, almost one vertebrae at a time. Let's start by lifting the head and the neck up, and then one vertebrae at a time all the way into the low back. Now let's hold that for a moment or two, and then exhale, and let's come back to neutral. Let's do a few repetitions just to get the back warmed up. And then what we want to do is start integrating different areas of the back. To make this position a little more challenging, let's integrate a dynamic W as we're in the back extension. So let's get up into that back extension. Let's bring the arms out to its side like this. Protract the shoulder blades. Do not shrug the shoulders up. And then nice and slow, let's bring the arms up and overhead. And then when you're ready, nice and slow, bring the arms down, down, down. Keep on pulling your hands behind the body so that we're externally rotating the arms here. And let's keep pulling down into your end range. When you're in that end range, hold that for a breath or two. And now let's come back to that neutral alignment. Now bring the full body down. That's one repetition. Now let's come back into that back extension and let's repeat this again. Arms directly overhead. Hold that for a moment or two, and then nice and slow, bring the arms back and down. Hold that for a moment, come back to neutral, and then relax. Next, we're going to start working in the rib cage. So we do collapse in a forward rotational direction typically, not just linearly. So we want to actually address the side ribs. So grab your rolled up towel, and now let's work on the left lower side ribs position just like this, and slowly bring yourself directly over top of the towel. You can bend that one arm, rest your head in your hand, and let's settle into this position. Inhale, expand the belly. As you exhale, make the belly nice and small. And again, you'll start to feel some pain here, but we need to decompress all of this connective tissue within our rib cage. We got to put the space back in our rib cage so we can optimize the breath and actually start bringing the rib cage and the spine into that correct alignment. Now, once you've settled in, you can slowly start rocking and searching forwards, but don't move fast. The slower you move, the deeper you will get, which is important. And then let's hang out there for a bit. Once you spent a minute or so there, you can slowly search to the ribs more so in the back, spend some time there, come back to neutral, and then place your top hand in front of you and exhale up and off. Now we're going to start strengthening the mid and upper back, and this is also going to help with the rotation within the rib cage and the spine. So let's get onto all fours so that your knees are under your hips and your hands are under your shoulders. Now let's push the shoulder blades away from the spine into shoulder blade protraction, and now we're ready to begin. So let's start by bringing the right arm directly underneath the body behind that left arm, and then reach as far as you can, nice and slow. Do not perform this exercise fast. Feel that stretch within the mid to upper back. You might feel this in the lats. That's great. And now what we're going to do is slowly bring that arm back, position that arm behind your neck or behind your head, and then we're going to start rotating in that opposite direction. And we want to hold that for a few seconds at least. If you can hold this for a few breaths, even better. We're going to do about 8 to 10 repetitions on this one side, and then repeat that on the other side. So now that you've done the positions and the exercises, here is the routine to follow. That belly position, we're going to spend 3 to 5 minutes there. Then we move into the back extension. You can either do the beginner version, which is straight back extension, do 8 to 10 repetitions nice and slow, using your breath as your guide. If you're wanting to do more of the advanced version, get into that back extension, do the dynamic W's as you're in that back extension, and do 8 to 10 repetitions. Of course, you can do more as you progress and get stronger. Then we move into the side rib positions, which is going to release more of the connective tissue in the rib cage to help with the rotation. Then we end with our final exercise, which focuses on more of that thoracic spine and the rotation. So Each side, let's perform 8 to 10 repetitions. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. It's not about speed and how many reps you can do. It's all about the quality of the reps. And then perform 8 to 10 on the opposite side. And of course, you can increase the amount of repetitions you do as time goes on. And hey, if you don't even get to 8 repetitions, that's completely fine and normal. Slowly work your way up. That wraps up this routine to really fix your posture within the core of your body. I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section below, and make sure that you subscribe. Now, I will be releasing a lower and an upper body routine version of this. And if it's already there, go and check it out. But we want to start with the core first, then the lower body, and then we can finish with that upper body. So look out for part 2 and part 3, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.